Okay. Remember what I said about poofy hair in a previous video? Yeah, I'm ridiculously tired. Today was relatively alright. I didn't complete a lot of the things that I wanted to, but it's okay because I realized that I had other stuff to do. Didn't plan out today as well as I could have. So I tried to, for tomorrow, what I did with the to-do list is I actually shortened it a little bit just to give a little bit more room to modify it. Because a lot of the time, you think of stuff to do in the moment that genuinely makes sense to do. So you pick up one problem and several problems arise from that, and you got to solve all these problems that you don't previously foresee the night before. Anyway, it's 2:53 a.m., 16th of March 2024, and of course this video diary is for the 15th of March 2024. I heard a quote which is, you don't rise to the dreams that you have, or what was it? You don't rise to your goals, you fall to your systems. So you don't rise to the goals that you have, but you fall to the systems that you have in place. What does that mean for most people? It means habits, right? Like you fall to the habits that you have, the systems that your body has already put in place through years of ingraining habits into your body. And you don't rise to your goals, you fall to your habits. Okay? So that's another thing I said about you don't become the highest version of yourself that you can imagine. You become the lowest version of yourself that you can tolerate, or you can whatever, the lowest version of yourself that you can tolerate. That makes sense, right? So for most people, it means habits, systems, right? It means habits. But for me, when I heard that, I was like, you know what? This makes a lot of sense as the owner of a marketing agency. This makes a lot of sense. Because right now, I'm at a transition point where I've sort of given up on the idea of solely just using Facebook ads to get the best results. And I've started to look at the whole process as the whole process, meaning you have these different tools and you just got to put them together and make a system out of all your tools called a funnel. And you don't rise to your goals that you have, but you fall to the level of the systems that you have in place, right? So it doesn't matter how bad the market is. It doesn't matter how bad it's perceived to be. If you have a good system put in place, you're bound to get good results. Doesn't matter, what the environment looks like, right? For example, the system that I just put in place, we have like 3 different things that happens once a lead form is filled out. Usually what happens when a lead form is filled is the information gets transmitted onto the client's phone and they give them a call, right? But as a marketing agency owner, we should already know that not everybody picks up their phone. So what do we do with this information? Number one, we can send them into an SMS marketing funnel or an SMS marketing campaign. Number two, it could be an email marketing campaign. And both of those should be linking them to YouTube videos. As for real estate agents, it should be linking them to YouTube videos, right? Because here's the thing, as a real estate agent, your biggest weapon and biggest friend is to build a reputation in your area. So just from one thing, just from the prospect doing one thing, we can do so many different things with this one thing. I can't believe I missed out on so many different things that you can do to increase the chances of success with each individual lead. Now, if you think about it like this, right? Each individual person that fills in the contact form, like their information gets transmitted onto the client's phone. And if that's the only thing that happens, then the success rate would be like the connection rate might be 60%, and then let's say 65, let's say 70%, right? And the success rate for each call might be 50%. So in total, you might have only 35% success rate from every lead that comes in. Whereas you can take the other 65% and recycle them and use them as a bucket of reputation, because these people are interested in what you have to say, interested in what you have to do, interested in what service you provide. So you recycle them through a whole bucket of reputation building. And of course, they might eventually become leads, right? Who knows? Because you would obviously plug yourself at the end of the YouTube video or whatever, so they could ultimately become clients. But think about the reputation that you would build from just that, right? But think about it. That's literally just the bottom of the funnel. There's like there's so much you can do with the rest of the funnel. There's, let's say, the beginning of the funnel, where that's where you sort of filter out people that are interested and people that aren't. So the people that are interested, they get filtered through a value post, a value ad of some sort, right? Let's say they watch 75% of the way through. Usually if it's 50% of the way through, that's good enough for me. And I feel like, people only click off at that point because they know it's an ad, right? People, I don't know what it is, but whenever you see sponsored at the very bottom of a video, it just, something doesn't sit right, and you're like, oh, I don't want to watch the rest of this because they're probably going to plug something. There's a weird feeling that you get. So I get it 50% of the video, and I'm happy. Okay, I'm happy with 50% of the video. Now, people that watch 50% and people that don't watch 50%, obviously, since it's the top of the funnel, we don't need to worry about the people that don't watch the 50%. But those people that watch the 50%, we can start building our funnel around these people, right? Let's say it's 50-50. It will never be 50-50, but let's say it's 50-50 on the population in the area that watches the video for the 50% the way through, and the other 50% don't. So the other 50% that don't, they get chucked away, and the 50% that do, they get funneled into the marketing funnel, right? And they get funneled into the first layer, which is the actual traffic ad, the Facebook traffic ad. Okay, now these 50% get recycled for 60 days. Okay, so for 60 days they get recycled in this first part of the funnel. And yeah, for 60 days, I think 60 days is enough to actually dictate whether or not these people are actually interested, or it was a mistake watching 50% of the way through, right? So for 60 days, and let's say they watched the ad and they would like to click through to the website. Let's see what this is about, right? They click through to the landing page, and in the landing page, there's a pixel. There's a Facebook pixel or a YouTube pixel, or, omnipresent pixel that tracks their data instantly when they click onto the landing page. Obviously, they'll watch the video sales letter that I will get my client to make. And it doesn't matter whether or not they put their information into the lead form or not. once they're in the once they've visited the landing page, we can start using these. We can start pushing them into the next level of the funnel, right? Obviously, if they fill in the lead form, that's when, you know, they've watched the video sales letter, they like the video sales letter, they fill in the lead form, they watch the lead nurturing videos, like the thank you videos, what they can expect videos, gratitude videos, and once the lead information gets zapped into a CRM, a phone CRM that our client can then call, it doesn't matter if the client, that's what I talked about in the last part of at the bottom of the funnel. Like, it can be sent off into email marketing when the lead comes through. It can be email marketing, it can be SMS marketing. They can direct call them. Doesn't matter, right? It's just now you can start doing stuff with this lead, which is usually the bottom of the funnel type of stuff. But what about those people that visit the landing page and don't like the video sales letter and don't click through? Usually it's because they have some sort of anxiety, some sort of objection that I have in place that stops them from clicking through to the lead form, right? So obviously, since these people are probably going through a different thought process than the people that didn't click through the landing page, we need to use these people that click through the website and advertise to them in a different way. Objection handling, trust building, value giving. There's just all this, it's just a completely different advertising style, because we know that these people are interested enough to click on a landing page, but not interested enough to click on the lead form. So we know where their thought process sort of sits. And then we just rinse and we just take this pixel, we just take this audience that visited the landing page, and we just rinse them over for 60 days. Boom, 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 boom. And for 60 days, there's going to be people that come back. And we're going to make sure that the people that do come back, some objection has been handled, some concern has been handled, and then it makes sense for them to fill in the lead form. But for 60 days, this thing is rinsing these people, right? And then obviously after 60 days, not everyone that visits the landing page the first time is going to click through again and fill in the thing. But you know what? Most of the people are, because you don't click on a landing page for no reason, unless it's by accident. Okay, so most of the people are going to visit the landing page again after an objection has been handled, and the lead form is going to then be filled, right? And imagine this over a week or two. Imagine this funnel being in place for a week or 2 weeks or 3 weeks, or imagine it after like a month. Now imagine it after like 3 months. Imagine the results that you can get, because once you build this sort of funnel, it's not just a Facebook ad and you get a lead and then you call the lead and then you can book in a listing. It's not just that. It's not just 3 steps. Every step of this process gives you compounding interest on the benefits. So after 3 months, you will be the largest known real estate agent in your area. It's crazy. I can't believe I didn't realize this earlier. Can't believe I didn't realize this sooner. You know how I realized this? I was sitting down, sunbathing, listening to, I think it was like Michael Bublé or something. And Michael Bublé, I don't know how you pronounce his last name, but I was listening to him. I think it was like Sway. I think the song was called Sway. And it just took me somewhere. And I was just thinking, I was just brainstorming and thinking about all these wild ideas on how I can get better results for my clients. And I just realized I'm only using one thing. Why am I only doing one thing? I'm trying to make this one thing as good as possible, where there's literally, quite literally, a whole world that you can use. It's like trying to fix a car with just a screwdriver. Like, maybe you'll be able to, but it would be a sure hell of a lot easier if you had the whole toolbox. So it's crazy. Anyway, quick update on the cold call guy. He sent he got 4 emails for me. So I just sent those 4 emails for those 4 people an email just talking about, okay, so this is who I am, this is what I do, and this is the proof. You know, I'll reach out, don't worry, but just contact me if it's something that interests you. Yeah, this video is a little bit long, but yeah, apart from that, Z out. Yeah, it's 3:08 now. All right, see ya.